Hi you all. So we are missing a little bit of the beautiful sunset that I was going to show you today, but it's very windy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down, and I just want to show you and I want to talk to you about what my hair is the way it is. So today what I want to talk to you about is really Abraham Maslow and COVID-19. And for those of you who may or may not be familiar with Abraham Maslow, he literally developed this hierarchy of needs, okay? And the basic hierarchy of needs for us is really about safety and security and knowing that everything is going to be okay. So this today is specifically about the guilt that we may feel towards our families, towards our children, towards people and our loved ones that we care about. The guilt that we feel towards them about the fact that we may not have been as prepared as we were liking to be for, a total apocalypse like this right now. We may not have been as ready financially or even physically, like things are not ready to protect our children as well as we want. Because yes, a lot of the population, hey Max, a lot of the population may have everything, but you know what? A lot of us have nothing. A lot of us has basically getting over certain things, and maybe people that have 1, 2, or 3 houses in certain areas in life, and so they don't feel this. But there is that basic need that basic things that we want to provide for our family. And if you think about it, this hit us so deeply in so many ways. Hey, Jason, that suddenly we were just shaken in our core. And that core is what Abraham Maslow talks about when he talks about the basic needs. So what we have is we have the basic needs of safety, shelter, and security. So what I wanted to tell you today is that many of you have commented to me or emailed to me or messaged me, and I really appreciate all your comments because it's just easier for me to do all these things if I can actually respond to you. That you feel a sense of guilt about not being better prepared for this whole situation. And here's the deal. Just think about this. And if nothing else, just put yourself into the minds and the shoes of your own children. Hey, Kiki, if you have had everything in life, like really everything, what is the one thing that you would crave the most when literally, if I can't put it in any other way, that the shit hits the fan? What's the one thing you crave the most? You crave the love, the safety, and the security of the love of your family. I mean, seriously, under quote-unquote almost war conditions in so many ways, because it is an invisible enemy. You don't know who is going to be infected by it, how is it going to affect your life, and how is it going to affect your economy. If something like this happens, do you think your children are going to be most worried about the fact that, they're not going to get the latest gaming device or the latest iPhone or the latest computer? That's not what they're going to care about. And that's not what you should care about. What they're going to care about is mom and dad or whoever is responsible. If they're growing up in a family of a different type of setup, doesn't matter. The people that take care of them, what they are going to be looking for is the love and the safety that love will provide for them. So don't worry about the financial part. You and me and every one of us, the beauty of America is, hey Linda, the beauty of America is that we always going to have some form of food on our table. May not be a steak, may not be a 3-course meal. And honestly, I can tell you that growing up in communism, we didn't always, in fact, a lot of times we didn't have meat available because that was too expensive. I get it. We understand that. But that's not the point. The point is there was always the safety and the love and the security of the family. So the less you worry about what you cannot provide, and the more you really pay attention to what you can provide, that hug, that love, that extra set of patience that you're gonna need towards your spouse, towards your children, towards any kind of family unit that you have. that's what they're gonna look for, okay? So as Abraham Maslow said it, the basics, that safety, security, that shelter. And many of us may have been up here, like the higher level, like almost even self-actualization. So if you look up Abraham Maslow, you'll see it. Many of us may have been up in the self-actualization, and we drop down to safety, shelter, and security. I mean, if you go shopping and you try to get freaking toilet paper, you know it was all about safety and security and basic shelter, right? So think about it. We went from this, you know, some of us from the meditation, the high level of self-actualization, we went right down to basics, okay? We all experiencing this the same way. This is why I call this virus kind of like the biggest equalizer. And I've been thinking about this the last couple of weeks, is of what an equalizer this is. Thank you, guys. What an equalizer this is, okay? So, but number one that I wanted to teach you, and I wanted to tell you today, not teach you, but tell you what I am feeling. Because, you know, I have to take care of my mom, and my sisters and I are like in it together, and all of us are impacted by this. But the important thing here is that make sure that instead of feeling guilty about what you cannot give to your children, cannot give to your loved ones, make sure that you do what you can. And what you can is the hug. Yes, the loved ones inside. You can virtual hug or regular hug. If you call someone, like I'm calling my mom several times a day, if you just call someone, it's going to make a huge difference. If they are your own children, just hug them and say everything is going to be okay. I know it's going like crazy around the world right now. I know that you can't see your friends. I just saw today, actually, they were showing something in Ridgewood that they were celebrating the birthday of a young kid by having like a, I don't know, not 6, but like 10 feet car ride. So each family was in a car, and with the car they just walked, like literally just drove down the street. There are inventive ways of being who we are, okay? So make sure that, hey, Curry, oh God, Dr. Curry, I haven't seen you in a long time. So make sure that the guilt that you may feel towards yourself for not being able to provide what you may or could or should have had at this moment, erase that immediately, and make sure that you replace that with a hug, with a love, with a word, with something that say, you know what, I didn't know this is going to happen, but I'm here for you. That is Abraham Maslow's way of making sure that you have that steps of hierarchy, okay? Hey, Taryn, how you doing? You would love this, Taryn. This is something that's going to be tough for all of us. So make sure that you understand that guilt is not a helpful feeling. This is not going to help you in the long run, and your children should not feel that, okay? If you have any more of these ideas, thank you so much. I appreciate all of your comments, and I appreciate that you're showing up for everything. Tomorrow, I am again, I think around 1 p.m. we're going to have another exercise class with my students, because it seems to be now internationally followed. So I am so excited. Sometimes I have to change language in the middle of the live feeds. But let's do this. Let's get this, get through this together, and make sure you understand guilt is a no-no, because you cannot do more than what you can. I know this is extremely profound. Sometimes I just am very profound. Okay? Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. I really love having you all. And leave a comment, ask the questions. I have a lot of content, but you know what? I love when you provide me with questions. Hey, Carlina, let me know what your questions are, and I will answer them and try to do my very best. Okay? Have a wonderful night, everyone. Bye.